We got an envelope in the mail, which probably a lot of people don't like getting. People complain about it a lot. We got a census envelope. It says request, well, mostly it's in Japanese, but there are 2 things in English, 3 things in English I can read, 4 things in English I can read. I keep finding more things in English I can read. It says in English, request for cooperation in the 2020 census. And then down here, 6 things. What was I up to? 5 or 6? I lost count. Please submit responses online. Complete the census online between September 14th, we've passed that obviously, and October 7th. We haven't passed that yet. It is October 1st today, still for another hour and 45 minutes. Inquiries about 2020 census, call this number. You can, that's not something I have to hide from the camera, that's something that's public information. And the other thing I can read is Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, Government of Japan. Now, I do not know if this is mandatory or not, because it says request for cooperation, but I'm gonna do it. Normally this kind of thing I have to leave to Kumiko because, well, I mean, the stuff you see inside here, it's all in Japanese. This is just an instructional booklet about how to go about filling in the census information, and I can't read a bloody thing. So I could not possibly do this with the book. Thankfully, this little piece of paper also came with it. It was outside the envelope. Not sure why. And it lists, what's that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28 different languages you can complete the Japanese census in. So that's good. I think I'll choose English. That's pretty much my only choice. I mean, I studied French for 4 years in school, and I don't really remember French. J'ai étudié le français dans l'école 91, mais je ne sais pas le français. How bad was that? And I'm studying Dutch, but Dutch is not a choice here. And even if there was the option of Dutch on here, I really wouldn't want to do it because my Dutch is not that good yet. We're going to go with English. I've already got the site loaded up. I am not going to show you me taking the census because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of private information in there. I guess. I don't know what kind of information the government does want, but I'm going to put in whatever information they happen to want. And then I will let you know my impressions of the whole process. If you've gotten one of these, you've got until the 7th. Don't know what time on the 7th. Doesn't say. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to turn off the camera and then I will be back to let you know how... Well, I'm hoping for quick and painless. I'm expecting long and excruciating. So I'll let you know which one it is. It is 10:19 now. I'm going to start the process. That was not bad at all. It is 10:37 now, so that was 18 minutes. Except I was slightly slowed down right at the beginning because my leg itched. I reached down to scratch. Where my tissue disappeared. I reached down to scratch and I ripped off a scab and started bleeding all over the place. So I had to go grab tissues first for that. This is the results of our census and I'm not showing you. Most of it I didn't really have to have the camera off for because most of it is not private information. But then there's things like well, your address and phone number. That's not generally a good idea to be sharing that freely over the internet. Yeah, it was pretty simple to answer. It was mostly just, you know, click this tab, type in your name, ages, birth year and birth month, didn't go into day. Are you working? Are you a student? Married, unmarried? What kind of house do you live in? You know, detached, apartment, semi-detached, whatever. All that kind of information. Yeah, it was pretty painless. There was nothing that I couldn't answer. There was one thing that said head of household. Wasn't sure if I was supposed to put, if I should have put Kumiko because she's Japanese and would be considered the head of the household, or is it sexist and I should put me because I'm the head of the household? I just thought, yeah, I'm the one filling it out. I'm putting as me the head of the household and she's listed as head of household's spouse. And then the rest are just children. Very easy. There are a whole bunch more options for much more complicated family situations, including like spouses, parent, whatever. Because, you know, you can have much bigger families living together in Japan than many North American countries. Or oh, there's my tissue. There, wipe up the leg blood. Ugh, yay, blood. Well, yay blood if you're a vampire. It was really not a big deal. You can do up to 9 people who live together. If there's more than 9 people in a household, which does happen sometimes, then you're supposed to do something else. I don't remember. There was information somewhere about that, what you should do. We don't have 9 people. We're safe by 3. We can have 3 more people here. 4 becomes the point where we need to know what exactly to do, so I didn't care. I didn't really read it. Interestingly enough, though, if you live together, like say you've got parents and one of their kids, and the kid is that kid is married, and they live in the same house, but all their expenses and everything are done separately, they're considered 2 separate households. I just found that interesting. So yeah, mostly it was just clicking buttons. I'm going to show the information I printed out here to Kumiko, although it's all in English now. And if there's anything that needs to be corrected, I can correct it up until the 7th. Not a problem. Log back in. They require you to change your password. No big deal. I changed my password, wrote it down. Always write down your passwords. If you try and just remember all of them, you're gonna be in trouble. So yeah, let's see. Okay, I'll go through this. Let's see. Number of males and number of females in the household. It does not give any. It just goes with the basic male female. There's nothing non-binary about this. Japan is not that progressive yet. Okay, give them a few decades. Things move slowly in Japan. Name and sex, then relationships, spouse, children, whatnot. Birthday. First, I just thought I had to do the Japanese one, you know, the Taisho, Showa, Heisei, Reiwa. I thought, oh god, this is a pain. I start going through it. I know mine. I know Kumiko's. Oh crap, what are the kids? I know they're Heisei, but what year? And I noticed right below that, oh, okay, common era, although they still say Christian year. There was that option. Clicked on that. Okay, I know all of those numbers. That's not a problem. Marital status, nationality. Now the kids currently... Oh, let me change the battery pack quickly. The second battery was also dead for the camera, so we're finishing this on phone. Japan does not recognize dual citizenship, even though the kids have Canadian citizenship as well. Japan doesn't care about that, so I figured it's best just to list them as Japanese. How long you've lived at your current residence, level of schooling, whether you worked last week, like September 24th to 30th. That seemed weird to me, whether you worked last week, and if you worked, where you worked, how you got to work. Are you self-employed, part-time employed, regular employee, all the kind of employment, whatever, where you are employed, and that seemed to be about it. It was really not that bad. I was expecting something that was going to take forever. Didn't take that long. So if you got this in the mail, this is currently an empty envelope. All the rest of the stuff's on the floor. One thing that comes up on the screen when you start is you are required by law to do this. So if you haven't done it yet, well, do it because you're required by law. Although I do not know if there are any penalties for not doing it. No clue. But I mean, like I said, it was so painless and there's so many language options that there's really no excuse not to do this. You can find 18 minutes in your day to do this. It's not a big deal. And if you have a smaller family, it'll take even less time because you got less buttons to click and less names to type. So that was not painful. And in 5 years' time, in 2025, when this rolls around again, if I gotta do it again, doesn't bother me. Which is strange because bureaucratic paperwork usually bothers the crap out of me. I always hear people in North America complaining about having to do the census. And that's probably back when it was all, you know, pen and paper and write it out and have to send it in. But now, you know, if you can do census on the internet, it's a breeze. It's going to be a pretty long video about me talking about writing stuff on the computer. And if you liked it, well, click the thumbs up. Why are you going to like a video about me talking about doing the census? I don't know. If you didn't like it, well, you're perfectly welcome to click the thumbs down, but be kind. Bye-bye.